Hi Jacinda, these are your notes for from when we talked about your presentation. So your title, you said Homeless Policy Discourse, and then work and welfare seems to be an important part of it, and maybe something around connections. We can keep working on it. Consider slides, having an intro slide, something that has your research question, maybe something that has your argument and thesis if you have it, and then those next slides start being kind of key points, or maybe one is on like a case study, or oh wait, sorry, I should have been more clear. So maybe you have one that has kind of your theory. Sorry, I'm not using a stylus right now. Maybe it's around like CDA theory, and then maybe you have another one right after it that, if you wanted one, on other kinds of theory around, or kind of background on welfare or homelessness. I mean, maybe it's on both. Those seem to be kind of hooked up, but I would say one per slide, not one on two slides. Then you've got stuff like your body paragraphs, kind of your analysis. Maybe if you wanted to look at a particular text, you could put the text up and then kind of talk about it and talk about like a keyword analysis or something. Okay. So we did this little cartoon where you're saying part of the deal is that the policy is already set up where it says, yes, in order to participate, I will do work-related activities, right? And you're saying that part of what we have to look at is how that happens. You said other people have said it, so you could have, like Marston says it, Piven and Cloward. So you can use this as a way to kind of talk about theory, or also just background scholarship that people have done that are part of the conversation. So this could also be a way to set up your introduction. Like, there's been work in this area around welfare policy. So my question for you was, how is homeless policy and welfare policy related? And so we started saying, well, what is it about the words? Do the words help us understand kind of the function of the policies? My question for you is, as far as your method, is what text will you look at? Written text, spoken text, maybe speeches, laws, initiative, acts. And one of the things to think about with discourse analysis is, who's the speaker, who's the audience, kind of what is the large discourse that's circulating or being produced. And then say you looked at written policies or speeches, you might say something like in your argument, the beginning of your argument would be like, this research will examine something, explore the language of the systems, and of course you're watching out for things that say language causes big things, but more that it constructs things. So one of the things too, you want to say how your research, you could say what people have looked at, and then what your research will look at that hasn't been looked at. Like, in your case, you're saying the relationship between welfare and labor, or maybe how homeless policy is related to that. And then you seem interested in the ending homelessness part, or the causes of homelessness. So one of the things I wonder is it important that you look at language that talks about ending homelessness, or language that talks about causes, or both in the documents? I reminded you to look at James Pennybacher's stuff. He's at UT Austin. He has this linguistic inquiry word count software that might be helpful. I'd say find some texts, a few texts to look at. Maybe use word count software. You can make a Wordle by copying and pasting it to see what the big words are for frequency. Or look for words just related to labor. Highlight things, look for patterns, and you can also show those to us in class as part of what your initial kind of first go at the analysis is, or have people do a little work to try and help you. You could do that as part of the Q&A as well. Okay, well, I hope this helps.